Let's talk about the price of customizability from the perspective of the day-to-day operations of a solopreneur business, and actually the tool set of the day-to-day operations for a solopreneur business. Well, as solopreneurs, we mostly run all the day-to-day tasks and operations alone. Sure, sometimes we hire help, but a lot of us don't. And that puts hard limits on our capabilities. By the way, this is one of my walk and talk audios, so you might hear my surroundings. I hope it's not annoying, rather it puts you in this space with me walking down the road, hopefully. So we have limits, and we usually think about that as time and money, but it's much more. Our motivation is limited as well, and our learning capabilities, etc. Anyway, back to customizability. So we always think, this is a pattern I've seen with myself, seen with most of my clients, see with my colleagues. We want to customize, 100% customize all the tools we use in the tool set. We want the tools to align with the workflow, business model, ethics, etc. that we came up with for our businesses. And this is the problem. Because first of all, I've been through hundreds of applications for, hundreds of use cases, different use cases. And I can tell you, there is no perfect application, no perfect platform, no perfect tool, not even for one specific application. All these platforms, tools, apps were created with a certain mindset in mind, or aspects of or workflow in mind. And if you try to use them differently and you want to customize them to fit your own custom workflow, mindset, business model, whatever, well, it's going to be frustrating a lot. Because typical example, you found a good platform, a lot of people recommended it, it came up on top in Google results. You signed up for a year, you got a good deal, and you realize after 1 month into it, when you already spent dozens of hours to learn the platform, moved all your data into the platform, customized all the settings, the colors, the shapes, the workflows, the options for yourself. And then you get to a point where you really want to do something, and it's just not a feature in there. It's just not. Like, you reach out to support and they tell you, hey, that's not a feature. You can submit a feature request. Side note, this is why I love working with smaller companies, apps and platforms and tools from smaller companies, because they have more capacity. It's just funny. It's really funny. Like, smaller companies have the more capacity compared to large ones. To listen to your feedback, to your requests, and they are the ones who could easily, or much faster and with a higher chance implement your feature requests. By the way, side note, end of side note. So you want to customize something, and you've already spent a lot of time and money and effort to getting into this system, and now you realize, oh, but without that, the whole thing is broken. No, wait, no, I need that. And you just got told you cannot. Typical pattern is that you start looking for another tool. You pay another loads of money. You pay loads of money, spend dozens of hours or days on learning it, move your data there. Down the line, you find the same thing. Something is not customizable to your method, to your workflow. By the way, by workflow here, I mean like, this is a silly example, but I want to onboard my clients this way, and then when we have sessions, I want them to pay after, and then before each session, I want them to fill in a questionnaire. The questionnaire data from the questionnaire should go into my contact system and stuff like that. But I could be talking about a website as well, where you pick the website platform, you customize everything, and down the line you realize that, I don't know, if you put a button in this feature, you cannot rename that button. It will always say learn more. This is a silly example, or that button will always be green. There is no option to change the color of that button. These are silly examples, but I think with this I can show you what I mean by this. So you're stuck. You start looking for a new one, and then it happens again, and then it happens again, and then it happens again. And you waste a lot of time that you could have spent on doing your work and marketing your work and like serving your audience. And by serving your audience, like word of mouth marketing would have already started, but no. And when I say you, sorry, it sounds like I'm blaming you. No, we all do this. I did this. I still do. I mean, sometimes it takes some time to catch myself doing that, and takes some time and effort to learn that this is the default habit of ours, and we have to catch ourselves. So, you waste a lot of time and money. That's the default habit. And what to do about this? And sorry, my answer is going to be painful. We have to submit ourselves and our processes to the existing systems. My favorite example, one of the favorites, is Mighty Networks. A lot of people use it. Their payment system is just designed for classic funnels and not necessarily too ethical funnel marketing and upsells. And if you don't want to do that, you're screwed. You can use an external payment system, but then if you there are limits there. Like even the external payment system might limit you in different ways, and you might find that all the payment options you want to offer, that actually is only doable by 3 different platforms, and then you have to automate the whole thing together with Zapier. And if you change one thing, you have to change the automation, and wow, that's going to cost you a lot of extra money on top of this whole thing. So, getting back to the solution is to give up on some of the things you want to customize. And my suggestion is that you can always give up on some level of comfortability for yourself? It's always a good question. Give up on some comfort for you, or give up on some comfort for your clients. But giving up on some like comfort part or design part, so comfort or usability, comfort or design, is still better than giving up on the ethics part. Like if you don't want to force people into subscription, then you'd rather skip to a system that gives you much more ethical solutions, but maybe less design options and maybe less usability, comfort options, than giving up on the business ethics. But this is my point of view from the ethical business perspective. So I don't know. This is for me and my audience. Of course, there are other ways, and they work, other methods and other workflows, but hey, that's not my style. So this is the price of customizability that we pay bit by bit, quite unseen. It really goes easily unnoticed. You keep searching for the perfectly customizable tool for your business model and workflow for years. Like I was doing that with booking systems where I want to have my clients to not pay upfront, because we usually one of my services is solving tech issues, and I can never guarantee, although there has never been a case where I was not able to provide them at least some support. I don't want my clients to feel like, oh, they pay up front and then if I cannot solve their problem, then they are screwed. So I always wanted to ask for payment afterwards, or bill them at the end of the month after we've done a few sessions. Like, what platform can do that? I've been through a few. I always try to customize the platforms to my needs, and then at the end I've settled with a platform called Introvise, which is, by the way, awesome. And I figured out ways how to do stuff there, and I'm just settling now with the way the logic that platform is built up with. This is not the best example, but this is an example. So yeah, we are paying for customizability, and I can tell you that to stop trying to customize everything to your needs and start giving up on some of your design needs or user admin or front-end user usability requirements. Sorry, a lot of dogs around here. And you will probably, even if you say, oh, okay, that makes sense and I will stop it, you still have to catch yourself, and it's a process of training yourself. You cannot just decide and tomorrow you will not be doing this. You will be doing this, but don't worry about it. That's the default. That's the normal. We all struggle with that, and we need to it takes some time to solve that. To get into the habit of not doing that and releasing, and it's fighting with your own ego. So that's always difficult in any facets of life. So that's it. That's what I wanted to say today. It's tough, but on the long term, if you go down this road, you can get to a point where you need no or a bare minimum external support, like assistance and a team, or delegating stuff to other people, outsourcing. And of course, if like if you like managing people, you can go down that road as well, and then you can expand. But most solopreneurs want to keep things simple, and trying to customize something is a big part of where we lose in this game. So be aware of that. Thank you so much for listening. I was Peter Varnay, and I usually talk about ethical and sustainable business and the tech side of our solopreneur businesses. Right now I work with service providing solopreneurs and help them with their internal sustainability, the sustainability of their day-to-day operations and systems, how to make those sustainable for themselves, money-wise, functions-wise, time-wise, likes and dislikes-wise. So if you'd like to hear more about these topics, subscribe to the channel, and thanks again for listening. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.